Yeah, it's been a good 16-week campaign, but like you said, that's all. Well, as I'd say, it's out the window now. You're here. I finished first once again, and now I just can't wait.
Having dominated the league phase like you have, would it be a disaster now if you don't win it, considering you've been the best player throughout the whole 16 weeks?
Yeah, obviously the stats are there to be shown. I've dominated in many ways, averages, 180s, ton plus checkouts, but it's down to one night. It's down to, obviously, first is the semi-final against Gez, but for myself, I just want to win that semi-final, make sure that I'm in the final back to back.
That game against Gezi, he's got a good record over you, but he could have missed you last week. Do you think you'll live to regret not winning that game from 5-1 up against Chris Dovey?
Well, he might live to regret it if I do get the win over him tomorrow. I'm not one to say I'm gonna smash him. We just have to see how it goes. Obviously, I'm playing my darts, and obviously he's finding a bit of form here, there, and everywhere.
Luke, you mentioned there about the record against Gezi. He's probably the only player on circuit who's got a positive record against yourself. Does that play into your mindset, and do you think it'll play into his at all?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's playing on my mind, because I know I've got a job to do. We've all got a job to do tomorrow, and there can only be one winner. So I'm just very confident. I can't wait to get out there in front of tens of thousands again.
You've talked a lot over the last 16 weeks about managing the schedule. You obviously made it to the O2. How much has the Premier League taken out of you over the last 16 weeks?
Yeah, obviously the start of it, obviously week one against Michael, there was nothing I could do there. But from there on, you've got to look at what I've done. The nightly wins, the ton plus checkouts, the 180s. I feel like I settled in, and obviously I cruised to the top.
How pleased are you with the consistency that you've shown, particularly towards the back end, when you could have taken your foot off the gas a bit, but you managed to pull out those big averages and those big performances, even when they weren't necessarily needed for the league table?
Yeah, well, like I said, I could have not stopped completely, but I could have just relaxed myself even more. But obviously, I wanted to go for all the records, and I've broke them all.
Luke, only Phil Taylor and Michael Mango have ever defended this title. What would it mean to join that exclusive group? Yeah,
it would mean everything. It's obviously my first big TV title defence tomorrow night. But for myself, he's just got to look forward to the first semi-final against Gerwyn, and obviously see what happens there.
Is there a different feeling given it's your first major defence?
Right now, probably not. Tomorrow, obviously walking into the venue, practicing, there might be nerves, there might not be. But for myself, I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to seeing tens, thousands of fans, and I sold out O2 once again.
You've spoken about making sure you're in that first semi-final. Psychologically, do you think that does make a big difference?
Yeah, well, obviously last year it made a big difference. But for myself, I wanted to finish top once again. Finishing top, the semi-final comes with it once again. So I'm very happy that I'm playing that first semi-final.
Luke, just on that point there, everybody else that we speak to always say they just want to get to finals night, get in that top four. But as you've always said throughout the 16 weeks, I want that first position. How important was it to be number one? Was it just playing that first game, or was it actually to say, yes, I've topped the league yet again?
Yeah, well, obviously you've seen it last year. Obviously Luke Humphries, he played the second semi-final. I can't quite remember the time turnaround that Luke did have. Obviously he played fantastically last year, but obviously I played that much better and obviously got the win against him. But for myself, I'll just play that first semi-final, hopefully get the win and look forward to the final.
Do you feel like at the moment that you've got an extra level that you can find that other people can't find? I mean, last year in the final it was 5-5 between you and Luke. After the break you came out, hit a 9-darter and just blew him away. Yeah,
obviously we know the breaks are in between the semi-final. If I can hit a 9 after the break again, that'll be a bonus. But the way I look at it, it's obviously first to 5 break, and then, as I say, you're on till the end.
Cheers, Luke. Good luck tomorrow.